families, my name is Alia Georges, and I'm the Assistant Director of Admission and Financial Aid Counselor at Olin. I wanted to make this video to introduce you to our financial aid program here at Olin. Paying for college is obviously a big part of the college process for families, and we're here to help you. So making an Olin education affordable and accessible is among our very top priorities as a college, and we really try to keep our financial aid process as simple and easy to navigate as possible. So basically, we offer two forms of financial aid. The first is the Olin Tuition Scholarship. This is our merit scholarship that is automatically awarded to all students upon admission to Olin, and it covers half of the tuition cost for 8 semesters of study. This is for everybody, including international students, and there's no application you need to fill out for it. It's automatic. Then there's also need-based financial aid. We have a commitment to meet 100% of students' demonstrated financial need through the FAFSA, which is the free application for federal student aid. Typically, it's US citizens and permanent residents who are eligible to complete the FAFSA and thus eligible for our need-based aid. Unfortunately, international students are not eligible. The priority deadline for Olin to receive your FAFSA was February 15th, but look, if you didn't do it by then, don't freak out. It's totally okay. Just get it done as soon as you can. Our goal is to get financial aid offers out to students at the same time as their admission decision whenever possible. So the earlier you complete your FAFSA, the more likely it is that we can do that. If you're not sure if we've received your student's FAFSA, tell them they can check on the financial aid checklist on their application status page. Now, once we receive your FAFSA, we calculate your financial need by taking the expected family contribution, or EFC, from your FAFSA and subtracting that from Olin's total cost of attendance, which includes both direct costs, which is stuff you'd pay Olin for directly, like tuition, your room and board, which is your dorm room and your meal plan, and so on, and indirect expenses. So stuff you don't pay Olin for, but are still costs that you're going to have with your education, like your books and supplies, travel costs, and personal expenses. So by subtracting the EFC from the cost of attendance, that's how we get to your financial need. Then the way that we meet your full financial need is we start with the Olin Tuition Scholarship that we already discussed. After that, there's a $3,500 self-help contribution built in. Now, this is the student's piece of the puzzle that they're responsible for, and they have options for it. So they'll be offered an optional direct subsidized loan through their FAFSA, and they can use that, or they can use an outside scholarship if they have one, or make an out-of-pocket payment. As you can see, the portion of the need-based aid package that the student is responsible for is capped at this $3,500 per year, because we want to make sure that students' loan debt is going to be manageable when they graduate. After that, any and all remaining need will be covered by grants, which is need-based financial aid that you don't have to pay back. So that's not a loan. And one thing that we get a lot of questions about, especially now during COVID, is, what if my family's financial situation has changed significantly from what was reported on the FAFSA? That can totally happen if there's been a significant change, right? Like being laid off or losing your job, a recent divorce or separation, or some other really major financial change to the picture. And if you're in this situation, you can discuss it with us after you've received your financial aid offer. Not beforehand, because you don't have a financial aid package yet to appeal, if that makes sense. But you can contact us after and we'll discuss with you if your situation might make you eligible for additional assistance. Now, this is different from things like, normal fluctuations that can happen in somebody's income from year to year, or like matching another college's financial aid offer. Things like that are not considered financial aid appeals. Like, we're really coming out with our best offer that meets your full financial need at the beginning. So we don't kind of negotiate in that sense. Now, that pretty much covers the overview of Olin's financial aid. I want to point your attention to this brochure we have called Financial Aid: A Closer Look, which is available on the Candidates Week parent portal, as well as in your students' candidate portal. And there's a ton more detail in there about everything I've covered in this video, plus more that you may be wondering about, like our outside scholarship policy, information about additional loan resources, working on campus, and things like graduate outcomes for Olin students, both financially and otherwise, to kind of help you and your family as you're exploring the value and return on investment of an Olin education. So I hope this is all helpful to you. And remember, you can email us at finaid@olin.edu if you have any questions. Bye, and enjoy Candidates Week.